I think we're probably ready to get started. So thank you so much for taking the time to join for this webinar today. So my name's Katie. I am the Senior UK Marketing Manager here at Fergus Software. If you haven't heard about us before, essentially we're job management software for tradespeople, helping you to manage your business, which allows you to work more efficiently, save more time, and hopefully grow your profits too. And today with TrustMark, we're going to be delivering a webinar on how to empower your business for success. So as I say, that's just a little bit of background on me. Hopefully you'll be able to get some really actionable tips out of this webinar too. Great to see there's more people joining. Fantastic to see so many people turned up for this today. So hopefully it's something you'll find really helpful. Just to let you know too, I did mention already there is a chat button as well at the top of the screen. I can see that people can hear me, which is good on there too. Also do let me know if you have any questions as we go. I might kind of jump in and out of it as we go if there's any questions I can see that are really relevant to what I'm talking about at the time. And also as well, some questions, just because I'll be delivering the webinar, I'll just kind of come back to at the end too to answer for you as well. So I think we're about ready to get started. So I've already given a little bit introduction on me. I've been at Fergus for 2.5 years as well. The reason actually for this webinar itself, it actually came from a skills report that TrustMark did, that Reese shared with me. And it was really interesting to see some of these key challenges that tradespeople are facing when it comes to challenges with skill on the job, but also as well, a big thing that comes up very often as well is skills in running a business too, which can be a huge challenge for people going from working as a tradesperson within a company to starting their own business and also trying to grow it too. So part of my role as a marketing manager is really to talk to tradespeople day in, day out, whether that's our customers that I'm talking to or whether it's at events I'm attending all across the country, chatting to tradespeople and really finding out what their challenges are running their trades business. And usually it's these three key challenges that seem to come up very often. The first one is marketing to the right audience. You're a local business. You need to be speaking to a local audience. That's a really, really difficult one to try and kind of grow your brand, get your name out there, get people talking about your business and recommending your services. So that's the first kind of topic we're going to be covering in today's webinar. The second one that comes up quite a lot is generating leads. So getting people interested in your services. How are they finding you? Do they know what you're offering? But also as well, on top of that, a lot of businesses say to me, it's not just about being able to get people interested. I have loads of people interested. I'm struggling to manage them. I'm forgetting to call people back. I'm not chasing up job inquiries. It can then become a bit of a challenge then, because what you don't want is also prospects or leads, whatever you prefer to call them, essentially saying, oh, well, I did actually want this person to do the job for me, but they never got back to me. And therefore, you've lost business with that person, but also as well, you don't want them saying to other people as well that potentially, you're not great at responding to messages and kind of getting back in touch with them. So that's a really important part of that, not only generating the leads, but how to manage them to ensure you've got a clear pipeline of leads that you can bring into your business and provide services for. And the final one as well that comes up so much when I'm talking to our customers and to all the tradespeople when we're out and about is how to control costs on the job when you're planning a job and when you're doing your cost management post job, and also controlling things like your profit margins too, to ensure that you're able to not only break even on a job, but to bring in a healthy profit from each job too, and ensure that you have healthy enough cash flow that you can take on new work as well. So those are the three key challenges that we find a lot of tradespeople are facing. So those are going to be the three key topics that we're going to be talking about today. Hopefully you'll find some really actionable insights from these that you can take away today and just start working on straight away. So, as I say, the first one is marketing to the right audience. Building a local reputation online. Here's some reasons why that is so important for you. So the first one we have here, over 700,000 monthly searches are made every month in the UK for local tradespeople. So that isn't just I'm looking for an electrician. For me in Manchester, I'm looking for one in Salford, for example. I'm looking for one in my local area. So it's really important to understand how do you become visible when someone's searching online for someone who's local in their community. Another great thing to be aware of too is the importance of word of mouth referrals. So 74% of customers do rely on that. And I'm sure you all know yourselves as well in lots of types of businesses, when you're looking to purchase and you're looking through a few different options, you look at the reviews for something, you see, is this the best product for me? Does it have good reviews? Can people rely on it? Okay, I'm going to go with that option then. So really, really important getting those referrals and getting that authentic trust from your customers too, so other people know that they can trust you. And the last one there too is about having your active profile online. Active trades business profiles do get 35% more inquiries on average than non-online profiles. So that's if you don't have a website, you don't do social media, all those types of things. You essentially are holding yourself back from a market of people who are within your local community who are searching online for you. So let's have a talk now about how we can maybe deal with some of these challenges that you may be facing. It's really important to be aware that the more present you are in your community online, the more potential work you could be getting as well. So we're going to start off with some practical marketing strategies. Now, the first one, this is the first one I always say, whether it's to our customers or whether we're at events talking to tradespeople, is a Google business profile. It's completely free to set this up. Now, if you haven't heard of a Google business profile before, the best way to describe it is when you're searching for businesses on Google, you normally get your results on the left-hand side. And then if you click on a business, it appears on the right-hand side, usually a photograph of the business on there, the business name, the address, contact details such as phone number, if there's a website, and reviews on there too. So that is your Google business profile. Now that is completely free for you to set up. It actually only takes a few minutes to get this set up, which is really fantastic. And the best bit about it too is if you don't have a website already, we will talk about that in a minute too. But if you don't have one, you don't need to have that to set it up. You can just have a phone number on there too. So it means that people can still find you online and contact you. A great way as well of using a business profile is to share photos of your work. And you'll see this a lot, and do after this session. If you haven't seen this before, go and have a Google of some local businesses in your area and you'll see photos of the work they've done. A lot of people do before and after photos too of their work. So it's the first thing that your prospects are going to see when they're searching for an electrician or plumber in their local area. They can see the work that you've delivered and go, you know what, that looks like really high quality work that person delivers. I'm going to choose to contact them. It also means too that you do appear in Google local searches. Now, it's a really challenging landscape, the whole Google search landscape. And that is because, and you probably see yourself, when you're searching for businesses and products, there's lots of sponsored ads taking up lots of space. People are paying a huge amount of money to come at the top of the search results. Now, what you have an actual advantage of in local searches is because they're so specific, often you might not have as many of these sponsored ads appearing straight above your business itself. If someone is looking for someone, as I say, not even Salford, let's say Eccles, something a bit more specific where I'd be looking at, it will then say the businesses that are in Eccles delivering the services that I'm looking for. So Google will be able to pinpoint from that and essentially say, this is a business that's close to you. Another fantastic thing about this too, we already talked about the importance of word of mouth, is it also is an opportunity to display customer reviews. Now, you do need to get people to submit those reviews on your Google business profile. So the sooner you get it set up, the sooner you can start doing this. But again, it's a great way to authenticate your business, to tell people you're trustworthy and you deliver really high quality services. I know myself that when I'm looking for, as I say, any services or products online as well, you always go immediately to say how are they rated by other people? I'm not going to go usually for a business where I can't see they have any reviews, because I think either they've had poor reviews previously and they're trying to clean their slate and start up something new, or another reason as well is that you think, actually, are people even using this business? Because if they were using them, I'd hope to see that they'd be rating them too. So it's really important to get your business profile set up on Google. And also as well, do encourage people, any person you speak to, you're doing business with, do encourage them to give you that Google review, and tell them why it's important. Tell them I need it in order to be able to show off my services, to show that I deliver really high quality work. I certainly have been told that before, and I'll go straight off and deliver a really good review for that person, because I think, you know what, I'm really pleased with the work that I receive from them. So therefore, I'm really happy to ensure that they can get good work in the future. So do not be shy in asking your customers to do reviews for you. Okay, so that's your Google business profile. The second tip I want to talk about is building a website for your business. Now, many of you may already have websites. That's absolutely fine. If you do, we do have some tips in here too on how to improve your websites as well. But also, if you don't, here's some great tips on how to build a website. It might still seem a bit of a challenge if you haven't done anything online before, particularly website building. It can seem, I think, quite intimidating sometimes, the idea of setting something up. But there are really fantastic businesses out there that can help you with that. They have a lot of drag and drop builder websites now, where essentially you can say, I want to put an image here, I want to put a text box here, and then you can fill it all in yourself. It makes it really nice and simple to set it up. There's even templates on these websites as well, where you can choose one that you like and change the information in it. Now, I've just put some websites builder companies on here for you. These are just some of my favorites, these four, I'll be honest. They vary in pricing. Usually can start between about £5 and £9 a month, and then depending what you're looking to do with the website can go up. But in terms of just starting off, you're looking for your very basic. It's your shop front, right? It's your shop front on the internet. It's where people get their first idea of who you are. So you don't need to be spending £200-300 a month for a website. Okay, just have something really that looks nice, that's functional in terms of people being able to contact you through it as well, and that, again, can show off some of the work that you do. So as I say, do make a note of those. You've got Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, and Weebly. And those are four, I say, that I find anyway, personally, are really handy website builders. Also, as well, it's a pretty good time to note, don't worry if you worry about kind of like missing bits that I'm saying here, or if I'm kind of flying through anything you want me to go back to. I will send on a recording of this to everyone who's participated and anyone who wasn't able to make it today, just to make sure that you all get the same information on there. Wonderful. Now, for those of you who already have websites already set up, this is a really important bit. SEO, it stands for search engine optimization. Now, this is essentially how not websites, sorry, this is how Google and search engines essentially find you. What they do is, it's called crawling. Okay, so if someone says, I'm looking for an electrician in Eccles, Google then goes through all the websites and picks out those words. And so the more words a person is looking for, the more words Google is searching for on these websites. Now, what's really interesting is actually 50% of electrician businesses actually don't have the word electrician in their website. It might say, this is Stevenson and Sons. We do wonderful work. Look at the work that we do. We work for our clients or customers. Here's our contact details. and they do omit often to say, I'm actually an electrician. And so Google can't pull the context of that. So therefore it goes, oh, Stevenson and Sons, but I don't see electrician, so we'll skip that one and go on to the next one. So that's why it's really, really important to work on your search engine optimization. This is, as I say, more so for people who are a bit more au fait with using websites and kind of building the content in them. But there are very simple ways you can make your website more search friendly, and that's by really including those keywords. So not only the service that you provide, but the types of work as well. No matter how niche it is, the more niche, the better sometimes. Because if your clients are searching for that, you want Google to find you and go, great, this is a business that provides that for you. So that's a really important part of being found online as well. Again, this is, as I say, they're not super expensive, these website builders. So I tend to find it what I tend to call like a low cost, high impact marketing activity. So it doesn't cost much to run, whether it's, a tenner a month, something around that. But paired with your Google business profile, it's a very, very good way of becoming more visible online. Really, really simple ways to make yourselves appear in your Google searches and to allow customers to find you when they're doing local searches on Google. Okay, so this is your last kind of practical marketing strategy within your online presence. So to kind of market online to your local audience here. Now, this is to build your social media presence. Now, a lot of people at this point do tend to say to me, look, I'll do your website, I'll do, the simple things, but I'm not doing that social media faff. It's a load of rubbish. There's too much on there. And believe me, you can get lost in it. I completely understand. But this is a really, really, really great way of not only being present online, but also it provides a great way for you to be able to speak to your audience. So I'm going to give you some key reasons why it's really beneficial to set up, if you don't have already, a Facebook, an Instagram account, even a LinkedIn account. We'll talk about why you may or may not need a LinkedIn account as well. But it's really important to get those up and not only to have those social media profiles, but to be active in them if you can. So one way that I see trades businesses doing this really, really well is to show quality work with before and after photos. It is such a simple way of showing the quality of your work in a glance, and people can see it and go, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So this often works particularly well if you work in like landscaping, roofing, anything where it's kind of like really impactful photos where you've really made a difference to the work that the site you've been working on. But yeah, as I say, it's a really great way to kind of show your potential customers what you're able to deliver. It's another way as well. This is really important, and this is what I really like about social media. It's a great way for you to speak directly to your leads and also to your customers as well. So a lot of people now do tend to put inquiries through social media. So they might see the work that you're doing on there and go, great. Instead of searching for your phone number or going to your website, they might just click to message you directly on Instagram or Facebook. And so that is a new channel now where you can connect with that person. They can put in a job inquiry, you can respond to them and pick up more work too. Now, we'll talk a bit more about that in the lead inquiries as well and management of leads, but it is a fantastic channel in order to chat directly to these potential leads and also your customers too. Do feel free to reach out to your customers on there and say, hey, look, I've just started a website or I've set up my Google business profile. Would you mind giving you a review for the work that I did 6 months ago? I'd really appreciate it. It would really help my business. As I say, be transparent about it. Let them know it helps. And so, yeah, it's a really great way of reaching out to those people. This grows visibility as well within your local community. So Facebook is actually a really great tool for this because there's lots of community groups on there, particularly like very specific local community groups, which is really fantastic. Do have a look for local community groups in your area on Facebook. So you can just start typing in the area where you live. Often it's like community chats, something like that, it might be called. And then that's when you tend to find a group where loads of people will be in there and they'll talk about what's happening in the area. But what I find too, and I do this myself on my local community chat on Facebook, I'll often say, does anyone know a good plumber? I've just moved to the area. Does anyone know a good plumber? I'm having a bit of an issue. And someone then will recommend on there too. They'll recommend themselves or they'll recommend you. It's a fantastic way of getting involved again and getting involved in these community chats and being able to be visible online, but within your local community still. So really, really handy that. And we've already mentioned, yeah, new channels to generate inquiries if people choose to message you on there. Now, I did mention as well with choosing social media to be present on, which channels can be the most beneficial? I find Facebook still really, really great. As I say, you've got community groups on there where you can say, hey, I'm a roofer, and these are the services I'm providing if anyone's looking. You can accept chats on there too. You can have a business page on there as well. So, really handy. You don't need to be doing loads of photos like you do on Instagram. If you are big or if you have a team who are open to taking more photos, get Instagram. It allows you to have a great gallery of your work and your services on there to show people what you can deliver. And LinkedIn's a little bit different. So far as well, we've talked more about kind of working with, I'd say more residential work, really, not really talking about commercial services. If you do provide commercial services, LinkedIn is a better place to go. So it's a more of a business to business platform as opposed to business to consumer. So you're looking more to speak to a business and tell them about your services and what you can provide in terms of commercial work for them. So if that's what you're doing, do get on LinkedIn. If you do mostly residential work, you probably don't need to be spending time putting your kind of work on there and trying to build that profile because it might not give you back what you need from it. Okay, so moving on to generating and managing your leads effectively. So here's the two key challenges when finding new leads. First one, get this all the time, finding time to generate leads. It is one, if not the most challenging thing I think people come to me and say, because when you're running a business, you're probably spending about 90% of your time on the tools as well, right? So at what time are you expected to start reaching out to people and getting more customers and getting people to know your business? You're very unlike any other business, really. You're the service provider, you're the marketer, you're the sales, you're doing everything, you're doing the accounting. You have to wear so many hats in your business. So this is where it can be a challenge, is finding the time to generate those. So we'll talk about how we can help you with that. And the next one is to managing those inquiries as well. So as I say, other businesses do talk to me and say, we've got so many people asking us about work, built up a great reputation, we're well known in the local community. We've got enough inquiries. The problem is actually managing them. They're slipping through the cracks. I'm not following up with inquiries. I'm missing out on work that I really could have taken up, but I was too busy on the project I was working on before to actually follow up with them. So those are the two key things that can be real challenges on there. So let's talk about generating and managing those leads. So this is when I'm talking against people, often ask them, how are you getting your leads, right? So for those of you as well watching this, I just do want you to have a think for a second. I've got a phone on there already, but have a think about, how do people contact you about jobs? So when they're any job inquiry, how are they getting in touch with you? So often people might give you a call on the phone, right? Now, this, I think, is something that's changing quite a bit sometimes as well. It's not always going to be coming through the phone. A lot of people these days prefer to do it digitally. So maybe WhatsApp. Okay, maybe they'll drop you a WhatsApp message. Maybe they'll go onto Facebook and message you directly and ask you about a job. And maybe they'll go onto your website and contact you through there too, or drop you an email and ask you about the work. Okay, so there are wonderfully now, there are loads of ways, right, to be contacted about work. And that's great because it means that there are so many channels bringing in leads for you, which is wonderful. But the problem is with all of these different channels bringing in work, is this is how you can end up a little bit. Things are getting written down in different places. You look at a WhatsApp message and go, right, okay, I'll message him back later. And then you go onto Facebook and go, right, something else. I'll message him back. I've got to jump onto site. I've got to do this paperwork. And before you know it, you've got these leads coming from all sorts of directions, and they're not going into one central area. Okay, you're missing them there. As I say, they're falling through the cracks, and then all of a sudden you're getting people who are not super happy with you because they've contacted you once, twice, three times, and you haven't got back to them. And that is, as I say, it from a customer's perspective, it can be incredibly frustrating. But from your perspective, it's a real challenge because you don't want people to feel that way. You want to know that you're trying to do your best for every customer, but managing it is a real challenge. So the best way to do that is to find a way to simplify the management of your inquiries that are coming through from multiple different channels. So this is where Fergus inquiries management can be really beneficial. So what we provide our customers with, so with Fergus, you have the Fergus Go app, and then we also have the Fergus web platform. They both come in as part of your Fergus subscription. And essentially what it allows you to do is to send out, you have a little URL you can send out, so you can have it on your website, you can send it out over WhatsApp to people, you can even embed a form onto your website with all the lead inquiry details, and they can add photos, things like that. Now, all of those go through to your mobile app there and also to the Fergus web platforms too. So you can see on here, you can see all of the inquiries coming through, and you can choose whether to accept them, reject them. As you can hopefully see on the screen too, you've got contacted in yellow just above some of the names. You've got to do, which means you haven't followed up with them yet. So not only is it allowing you to get all of those inquiries that, as I say, one's come from Facebook, one's come from WhatsApp, one's come via your email, one's off the website, all of those that have come through, they're all in one place. And as well as that, you can easily track who you've spoken to already, who you need to follow up with still, if you've accepted the job there too. And it's a great way of just kind of really quickly seeing, okay, who do I need to contact? This person put an inquiry in 2 days ago. I need to call them back. So as I say, it's a really great way of bringing everything into one place and then managing them within the one system too. So it's a perfect way to ensure that you never miss an inquiry, even when you're out and about. That's what's great about the app too. This can be when you're on site, you can do this. So it doesn't mean that when you come home, like you may often find, and you've got all of these different inquiries in different places, and you go, I've still got to send out my invoices, I've got other quotes to be going out, I've got to do my cost management, and now I'm trying to deal with inquiries from 5 different places. No longer do you have to do that. You can pull your phone out when you're on site, have a quick look, you give them a call if you've got 5 minutes, and then the process is being followed on there for you. So it makes it really nice and simple. So the last one here we have is cost management and profit growth. This is something that comes up so much, and the reason for that is you've got three real key challenges. Material costs is one, and something I'd say I do generally think it's probably post-COVID as well. It might not completely be, but material prices, the fluctuation, because of the just economic state, is it is insane, right? They kind of are going up and sometimes a little bit cheaper, and then it's so difficult. I mean, we speak to people who say some of their suppliers, like you get a new price book every month from them, sometimes even more often, because the price is changing so much. So really, really big challenge is material costs and how that leads in as well to the profit that you're making at the end of the job too. Tracking profits is another big one too. Again, with fluctuating material costs, being able to track every element on the job, do your materials management, labor management, and ensuring that you're accounting for everything that's been taken into the job. How are you tracking those profits? And the last one too is just general financial visibility. Now that does include those first two on there as well, but it also includes things like just being able to track across the year, how the business is doing, forecasting as well for the future. What do you need in terms of cash flow to be able to continue to take on new jobs, potentially large jobs in the future? That's another big challenge there too. So I'd say those are the three that really stand out. So, first one, beating the cost increases. Let's talk about materials. Now, this is what we tend to really encourage our customers and, as I say, other trades business owners to ways to try and keep on top of it. Now, this isn't perfect, and unfortunately, there's no way around this. Really regularly request supplier price books from your suppliers. Get the most up-to-date prices because the more up-to-date your prices are as well, it means you can accurately cost up your jobs, which means you're not going to end up out of pocket after you finish your job. So just ensuring, as I say, that you're able to really align as much as possible what your expected cost of the job is going to be to how much it's cost you at the end of the day compared to how much you were paid for it. Next thing is adjusting your margins. So as as I've already mentioned on here, the challenging thing is that prices do fluctuate. So you need to make sure too that your margins are being adjusted because of this too. Because if the cost of your materials are going up and your margins are staying the same, you're going to really find it challenging to make the profit that you need to ensure healthy cash flow there too. So we do other webinars as well about margin management. I'd really recommend having a look into them, and I'll send you over some information about these too. So I won't go into it too much on this, but it is very important to make sure that you're keeping an eye on those margins throughout the costing process as well to ensure with the fluctuation of your material costs that you're still making a healthy profit. And now the last one, and this is a real challenge, is finding the balance between popular and profitable. Now, they do tend to say when people are going for trades quotes to get three quotes, you get your most expensive one, your middle one, and your cheaper one. And people don't go, well, should rarely go anyway for the cheapest one because they think I've got two other people here that have given me a price estimate for this. How you're able to do the job for half of that is concerning. So you're cutting corners, you're doing all this. So it's how do you find your way then between being not overpriced to ensuring that you're remaining competitive as well with other people around you, offering local services as well, but also as well making sure that you are still profitable. So it's a really challenging balance, and it is just one that you kind of have to just continue to learn and kind of reiterate as you're going through with different customers too. How am I making sure that I'm providing the best service? Again, another way that you can really help with this, what I talked about earlier, is building your reputation as well, because people will pay more for someone who has a fantastic reputation, right? Especially when it comes to trade works. You're paying for something that you want to last a long time. You don't want someone to come back in 6 months and fix it. So if you have a great reputation, people will be much more willing to pay you what you deserve for the role. Okay, so the next one, staying on top of finances. So the first thing is running regular financial reports. Now, I know this can definitely be a time challenge as well if you're spending a lot of time on the tools or if you're dealing just with a lot of admin in general. But by running regular financial reports, even monthly, it means that you're able to get a much more accurate understanding of your business's cash flow, which not only helps you to see where you are now, but as I said before, planning for the future too, taking on bigger jobs, Are you potentially ready to take on another member of staff so you can start taking on more work as well? All of that needs to come from understanding your numbers and being on top of them constantly. This is one as well that I do talk to a lot of our customers about when talking about the work they're doing is identifying your most profitable jobs. So often, if you're very busy delivering a range of services, you often don't get the time to actually sit down and delve into those numbers and work out which jobs are taking you more time and giving you less money, and which are actually providing you with the biggest profit. Now, sometimes those jobs take much longer, but you got to think about your bottom line. Sometimes they don't take you as long as other jobs. So it's really identifying which ones, and that's again taking into account material costs, labor, how many team members need to be involved, what the other costs that you need as well, including your overheads. If it's a job that takes 6 months, well, I've got to include, okay, well, everything else that I'm paying for over those 6 months as well is technically getting brought into that overall job cost. Have a real look into those numbers and start thinking about, if I've found my most profitable jobs, I need to start targeting the types of customers that are looking for that kind of work. Then you can really start focusing in on delivering work that builds the largest amount of profit for your company. And this is another one that I said before as well, forecasting for the year ahead. It's really important. Not only does it allow you to, as I say, understand that cash flow too, but it means as well, even when you think about your home life and things outside of work, you need to be able to feel confident and comfortable in the amount of profit that your business is making in order to plan for family holidays, in order to plan for your family's needs. There's so many elements that come into it where you need to be able to take off that constant kind of panic mentality of just work, 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 and hope that the outcome of that will be that you will become profitable. By delving into these numbers, it will really allow you to understand what your future is going to look like. The next 6 months, at least, you should be able to know what that's going to look like in terms of the work you'll get as well. Also take into account seasonality for that too, very important. And by doing that, not only are you benefiting your business and your family and the life you have outside, but you're benefiting yourself with that too. Because as I say, you take a step back from that pressure mentality and go, I know the work that I'm doing and the work my team's doing. I know what the future is going to look like in terms of profit, and I'm going to treat it like I am the business manager here. And I'm not just the person who's on site all the time, struggling to manage the admin side of things. So it's that business leader mentality you need, and just ensure that you're always thinking about those numbers. Okay, so as I said, obviously coming from Fergus, I'll tell you a little bit more about how Fergus can help you with these three different challenges that you might have. So the first one is price book integration. So I said before about getting your regular price books from your suppliers. You can actually integrate those into Fergus, which makes it super simple for pricing up quotes and invoices as well. So when you have your price book integrated in there, you start to type in on your quote the materials that you're looking for, and it will give you a list from your supplier with the pricing that you're paying your supplier. And then also you have your margin management on there too, so you can see what you're charging the customer for that as well, ensuring you've not only got accurate pricing on your materials, but you've got a really healthy profit margin. That's going to allow you to ensure as well that you always know before you even start a job how much profit you're going to be making out of it. The next one here too is supplier invoicing. This is really handy. It's going to allow you to essentially reduce a lot of that admin in terms of your materials purchasing there too. A lot of it now is automated, so it means that you're not having to go back and forth with the invoicing with your supplier. It's able to be processed through Fergus, which is really handy. And again, really good for keeping on top of those numbers with materials. And the last one here we do have as well is financial reporting. So we have what's called a work in progress report, allows you to see every job that you're doing at the moment, the progress of it, the costs involved, materials and labor. Super important. We're covering all of those as well. And you can see as the jobs are progressing how you're getting towards that profit goal too from that job. So it just means that if anything as well is coming up as a bit of a red flag, way overspending on it, or it's taking far too much time, you can immediately see and jump in and fix that problem. You can also as well do things like financial forecasting, allowing you to see your cash flow for the year based on the type of work you're looking to be taking on and from the numbers that you've already been working with as well. So it's constantly working with those numbers. It's giving you live updates. And from I was just talking about before with kind of running those reports, it's automated. So you're not having to waste hours and hours every night or every week trying to keep on top and trying to manually input all of your numbers. Everything is there from you from before the job even starts to invoicing and those payments getting processed. So you no longer have to be trying to find that. It's all in the one place for you, ensuring that, as I say, you now have the mentality of a business leader as well as someone who has time to still be on site and deliver services to your customers. I forgot that I had some slides on these. Well, I've already talked about these. So yeah, as you can see, some nice little bullet points on there about what the price book integration does there. Yeah, adding markups in there is really important. It's one of my favorite things. You can like play around with the percentage on there a bit and just make sure, as I say, with fluctuating material costs that you're still coming out a winner at the end of it. Okay, supplier invoicing, yeah, sends your invoices to suppliers in just one click. Again, makes it really simple, and also those supplier invoices are assigned to the job, so super easy to find as well when you're looking at historical jobs you've been working on. And yeah, as I said, with the financial reporting there too, jump back there. Yeah, we have timesheet summary as well. That's a fantastic one if you have a team of people because it allows you to see how time efficient your team are being out on the job. It allows you to see if anyone's taking a bit longer than they should be on certain jobs, and also as well just see are they being utilized efficiently? If a job that's was going to take 5 hours is actually taken three, okay, cool. Like, are there any other local jobs we could have sent them out on straight after that one too? So really great way, as I say, of just getting into those numbers, getting more financially effective with the way that you're working, but also getting more efficient as well with the way that you're running your team. Wonderful, right? So just to bring it all together, here are the takeaways from this session. So first one is be visible everywhere your customers are. Okay, so when you're out on the street, when you want someone, your nan telling everyone that you're providing these services. Okay, you need to be everywhere, but for what we're talking about today, online is so important. It's so important to be online there too. You can be visible online locally, and that's what I want you to take away from this. Simplifying your lead generation can scale your business and make it grow really sustainably. So managing those leads, generating leads, it's a really important part of ensuring that not only is your business successful now, but it's going to continue to be successful in the future because you constantly have a good pipeline of new leads coming into your business. And the last one, consistent financial analysis really does drive successful businesses. It is the key, and it is the difference between businesses that fail and businesses that succeed is understanding those numbers and always being one step ahead as well with them. Okay, so those numbers should be off the top of your heads almost when you're thinking about where do I need to be going, where am I taking on work? You need to kind of always be in that mindset. So hopefully those have really, really helped you, or just really, one really, I don't know, with your how to kind of run your business. And as I say, just getting yourself out there in a digital world to really understand how to kind of reach out to people and how to ensure your services are always going to be at the forefront of people's minds. And then also how to kind of grow and scale your business too. As I say, we do other webinars too, so I will follow up with an email as well with some more plans for webinars that we're doing in terms of profit growth, also just again like more business tips, all that kind of thing. Do drop a note as well in the chat if there's any topics that you'd like me to cover. I'm more than happy to do that too. In my role at Fergus, I do a lot of educational content for businesses, so always looking out for content that could be helpful as well. And so, if you would like to find out a little bit more about what we do at Fergus and how we can help your business, do have a look. So, I'll type the website in here in the chat there too. It's just www.fergus.com. And it means that, as I say, if you do have a look at it and you do decide there's something you'd like to try as a TrustMark member, you would get 15% off for life. So that's what we have in partnership with Fergus. So hopefully you'll find it really helpful there too. And we also do offer as well business health checks. So I think I'm just checking. I think Reese actually put something, yes, he did, yeah, into the chat about that too. So what that is a free 30-minute health check for your business, where we learn a little bit more about how your business works and what you're doing currently. We give you an assessment on your business and some support on how you can help to improve that business as well. So it's been really wonderful chatting to you guys today about this. Hopefully you found it helpful. I'll just see if there are any questions before we finish. Reese, can you see anything on there? I think no questions on there, no problem. Thank you for that. More information on marketing. Yeah, that's my specialty. So I'm more than happy to do that. What I can do is actually I can plan for a marketing webinar to specifically work more on marketing your business and digitally and non-digitally as well. So 100% I can get that set up for you guys. Wonderful. Okay, thank you. Well, thanks so much. Oh, fantastic. That's wonderful to hear that you've booked a demo in. If anyone else would like to book a demo in, do get involved. As I say, it's a great way to find out if it's a good fit for your business. We don't kind of do anything pushy on there. It's essentially we just find out a bit more about how your business works, and then we should give you a run through of the Fergus platform and see if it's something that can help you to manage your business. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to join today. I really, really appreciate it. And thanks again massively to Trustmark for hosting this today. It's been wonderful to chat to all of you, and hopefully we'll do more of these in the future as well. Okay, thanks. Bye bye.